Honorable Mr. Speaker, Honorable Mr. Deputy Chairman, Mr. Prime Minister, Ministers, diplomats, my friends and colleagues. First of all, thank you so much for your words, Mr. Speaker and Mr. Deputy Chairman, for your invitation and especially for your friendship, and also to the honor that you are giving to me to speak to all of you in this special hall of your Parliament. Mr. Speaker, I am here for two main reasons, one personal and other political. Personal. You know me, I think, quite well right now. And friendship is a road with two ways. We receive and we give. And I need to come to India. I need to come to see all of you face to face to say thank you. Thank you for your support crossing the election to the presidency of IPU. You were so committed with my campaign that I felt one of you. And I know it was a commitment of all your parliament, of all your diplomats, of you, especially, Mr. Speaker, of your Prime Minister. And so I need to come to say thank you. And I need to come in the beginning of my presidency to show that you have a friend, a special friend in IPU, ready to work side by side with you, with your Parliament and with India. But this special relation, it is not just personal, because as Portuguese, you know, we have a special relation as well between our two countries, Portugal and India, with more than 500 years old of relations. So we know all each other so better that I may say we are not just friends, we are brothers in blood. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, Mr. Prime Minister, dear colleagues, IPU is the oldest organization of a parliamentarian diplomacy, 130 years old. IPU won two Nobel Peace Prizes because of its work. IPU defends democracy for all and put members from different parliaments discussing global problems to find global solutions. IPU defends democracy with more women and more young people. This is the way we will have a more inclusive democracy. IPU knows that democracy is like health. Sometimes we forget it, but we think that it is there forever. But when we become with a disease, we know how important it is to be healthy. It's the same with democracy. We need to work every day to defend democracy because it's essential to our life. IPU, as in its global matters agenda, matters like how to achieve sustainable development goals, how to win the war against poverty, terrorism, and corruption. How, in these special times of pandemic, how to win the war against COVID-19 and its social and economic consequences. It will be the main important issue discussed in our next Assembly in May. And, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Chairman, Mr. Prime Minister, dear colleagues, I think that you may find a total commitment of India with this agenda. India defends multilateralism, like IPU, as a perfect way to organize the international relations system and an Asia multipolar like IPU defends. India defends democracy, the state of law, the dialogue between people and countries to achieve peace and development to all. India is the largest democracy of the world, and in all levels, from local to national, is looking to be more inclusive with more women and young people. And India respects the convictions, political and religious, of each person. Oh, I may prove when last Sunday I went to a Catholic Mass. The commitment of India with this is a reality. It's not just a story. It's something that we can find every day in your country. And, dear friends, the commitment of India with the Sustainable Development Goals to achieve a better world is something that is in our agenda, in your agenda, in every time we meet. And what is true, we need to say. Mr. Prime Minister, during the last years, with your leadership, we, and with concrete decisions and actions, India has registered a huge economic and social development, reducing poverty, and it shows the end to reducing poverty. What is this? The most important task to all politicians. And that reinforces your work, reinforces the image and the power of India in all over the world. Finally, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Chairman, Mr. Prime Minister, dear friends and colleagues, two final words. One, about this pandemic of COVID-19. It shows to all of us how small we are. It shows that we are inside the same boat. It shows that we need a common work to win this battle against this cancer, against this pandemic. And it shows also that the multilateralism is also in health the solution to win this war. And again, India is one example to the world. Because with your courage, you take very hard measures, but also because you don't look just for you. Before the vaccine and after the vaccine, you give concrete help to so many nations of our world. Thank you so much for that. I hope that as soon as possible, it will be possible to come back to a normal life. And we should learn how important it is to work together and follow your example, because it is essential to have a better world. Finally, after everything, I present to you, my friends, I think that India should achieve the place you should have in all international levels. In IPU, where we will work together, side by side, every day, in all important issues. You have my word. In UN, United Nations, where Portugal supports the reform process and the inclusion of India as a permanent member of the Security Council. And in international level, as a more and more important player in all fields, which opinion is respected and leadership and actions are essential. Now, Mr. Speaker, I just need to say, very soon I will go home, but I don't know if I wish, because I feel at home. I feel an Indian person. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.